All right, another episode of Conversation After Dark. Tay, what's up with you?
Everything's wonderful with me. What's going on with you?
It's all good. It's all good. Tell people they can find us.
You can find us at Conversates After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at CVAD, the podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. Go to our website, www.conversationafterdark.com. Listen to past episodes. Make sure you tell a friend. So, Tay, let's do the icebreaker.
All right. Which one you want me to go with?
Biggest pervert, because that's me.
Okay. Hmm. This is interesting. Have you ever had sex with someone to further your career?
Um, no, but I did know that had I given the dick to somebody, my career would have been a lot less of a headache. I had
Oh.
a former manager who she just gave me a like real hard time at work. And part of it was me. I was kind of, I'm a little bit defiant and I'm not built for an office setting. So I was, I needed some stricter management, but she
Hmm.
took like just a little bit too far. Like I messed up on this one thing. I used to be a claims adjuster, and when you're in claims, there's certain deadlines you have to meet, and I missed the deadline. So she was mad about it. And I called her from my office phone because I had my little office. So I called her, she didn't answer. So then I was like, I know she's over there. I know she's here. So I went to my homeboy's desk, who was like right across from me, and I called her and she answered. And I said, hey, why you ain't answer when I call you? She's like, because I'm mad at you. And I
Oh.
was like, I said, you act like we in a relationship. Like, what you talking about? This is business. And like it was just like real weird. Like she would like send me like these emails all times of day, all times of night. And like she was the type of person to put like a read receipt on the email. So like she sent you an email and it'd be like just paragraphs and paragraphs, like on a Saturday and a Sunday. It's really a hostile work environment. So she was like, you ain't see my email? And I was like, nah, I ain't see it. She's like, you lying. Can I put a read receipt on it? I know you saw it. So then so what people do, she sent emails, like I wouldn't even open up the email. So then this girl would start putting those paragraphs that she would put in the body of the email, she put them in the subject line.
Oh.
So then like my whole page would just be like red, like your email, like just red, just like all kinds of just her just like going off on me. But then she'd come to my desk and be like, yeah, you want me to help you? You want me to help you? And then my boy was like, man, you just knock that motherfucker off, man. And shit. And I was like, no, I cannot.
Hmm.
No, no.
No, because if she was already like that without it, then yeah, she would have been worse.
Yeah. Now, before I let you answer, am I above sleeping with somebody to advance my career? Fuck no. Yes, I will do it. If it's a fine woman, I don't go that other way. But like if it's a fine ass woman, even if she's like average, I ain't lie, even if she's below average. If it's going to advance my career, I'm a smash. What about you? You ever fuck to get ahead?
Not to get ahead. I did have an office romance once, but it was not to get ahead. It definitely was not. But he was not my director, but he was the assistant director. So he was in a supervisory position above me. And he used to give me, I think, more advice than he would anybody else because of our relationship. But I was not doing it just to get ahead. We actually had a little fling. And I would not sleep with somebody to get ahead. Especially with my previous no, especially with my previous line of work. I was in a industry that was traditionally predominantly male. That is not a reputation you want to have going around about you in that type of environment. It was already hard enough just being a female in those situations. So no. Mm-mm.
What if it was for a position that gave you like a 50% raise? And it's like, yo, 50% raise, unlimited PTO. You just gotta slide me off real quick. Yeah.
Uh, I don't think I could. Like I said, stuff like that gets around. People talk too much. Stuff like that gets around, especially if it's not for the if the other person is not doing it for the right motives. That's not something I want getting around about me.
I understand. You got integrity. I,
Yeah.
when it comes to that type of shit, don't. So let's talk to people that's in the chat. Shout out to Carmen, shout out to Danielle, shout out to LC. Carmen says she is right. Working with all men, they gossip worse than anybody.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I mean, people have sex at work, um, and it's cool when it's like your peers. But there's some chicks that's freaks. I know some chicks that yes, men do gossip. Shout out to Carmen, and women are judged harder. And that's definitely true. But I know some women that I can't say that they were being ran through by the guys at work. I think based on their personalities, they were running through the guys at work, and
That.
it ended up kind of being a problem for like one of them because I guess she was a very attractive woman, and she got into a stalker situation, and it ended up being she had to get transferred to a whole different city. The corporate had to pay for her move and all that. It's touchy when you smash somebody at work.
Yeah, I remember my very, very first job. I was working at a department store, and there was a manager, a guy. He was sleeping with one of the employees, and when stuff went downhill, she accused him of sexual harassment. So, yeah, them office affairs are not for the weak.
It's an old saying, don't get your meat where you eat. Don't get your honey where you make your money.
Mhm.
And there's some truth to that. But I think there's certain jobs where people they just gonna have sex. Like call centers, everybody gonna be fucking at the call center. They just are. I used to work at a call center, and listen, I think I said this on the show before. I was sleeping with two chicks that worked on the same row.
Yeah, you said it.
One was working days, one was working nights. It is, of course, I was a lot younger too, though, and I wasn't really aware of how that can affect you career wise. I would tell you this in corporate America, uh, yes, that can affect your reputation, you sleeping with somebody, especially if you're in management. Like in your situation, you said the guy was a director, but he wasn't your director. In most
Yeah,
situations,
he was the assistant director, so he was still right above me.
but sometimes people will say, well, like, well, she is salary grades, lower than me, but she's in a different silo, like she's in a different department. Most situations, it don't matter unless they are a peer of yours. Then it's always going to be the power dynamic is unfair. And it don't matter if she reports you, you out of there.
Yeah,
And the other major thing too, if you're married and you get caught sleeping around with somebody in work, that's like a death sentence. Because one thing in corporate America is like if you commit adultery, then people are going to question your integrity on everything else that you do in business as well.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, yeah, for real, for real. Let's look and see what they say in the chat. Carmen said, "See, the guys I work with always come and tell me." I just sit there like with her head in her hand. She said, "I've seen it work once, but not often." And then Carmen said, "Call centers are the worst. If you are a decent looking dude, you can snag anybody. I mean, you know."
Oh gosh.
So did it turn into a relationship? You and this guy?
It was, I hate to say this. I only got into it because I knew he was moving away, but I think feelings did develop, but I think on his end they developed a little bit more than me. So I mean I could say it turned into a situationship relationship type thing
How did it end?
when he moved. So I said I only got into it because I knew he was moving away. So that's when it ended, pretty
Are you toxic? So
much.
you knew he was going, so that's why you started fucking him.
I mean, that wasn't the only reason. I mean, I was attracted to him, but I mean, but that was one of the reasons because I knew at that time I wasn't in the space to start a real relationship because yeah, emotionally I just wasn't there. So it started for me as just something to do.
So you wanted that the whole time.
No, no, it wasn't. It wasn't like that. It was just
He
something
was like,
that.
he was like, he about to move, so let me go ahead and get some of that. Let me get some of that before he got. That's what she was like. Touch her, touch her.
Oh gosh, no, it wasn't. It wasn't like
Yeah,
that.
I'm with you, LC. Gangster. Yeah. Tay's gangster for real. Yeah, she's gangster. Yeah, she's like, he about to move. I'm gonna get some of that before he go.
I know, actually, it wasn't. I mean, yeah, I mean, the first, I say the continuation of it was because I knew he was moving, but the first time wasn't because he was moving. It was because we were there at the office late at night together. We were flirting. We had been flirting for a while, and it just one thing led to another, and it happened.
Threw all the shit off the desk, like in the movies and all that.
No, but I always tell this story. So there we had like a huge like conference room style office where and then the managers' offices were like offshoots of that little space. So us regular employees, we kind of hung out in the little conference area, and there was this big table there. And that's kind of where we did our thing. So what was funny was the next day,
Yeah.
this is after the first time. The next day, I walked in and my eyes locked onto my coworker who was taking a nap, and his head
Oh,
was
no.
right was right where my booty had been the night before. And just as I looked, the guy came out of his office, and we locked eyes, and we just cracked up laughing. I mean,
Damn.
it was nothing we could do. But it was cool. We didn't like there. I mean, man, I don't know if it was the maturity of both of us or whatever, but like we didn't. It didn't cause any problems at work. Nobody knew. We kind of just was, the same as we had been before. We did our stuff outside of work, and at work we were just regular.
Carmen said PIMP. That's what you are. See, you cool with it. As everybody can tell, I like to talk. So, if I'm smashing, not at this age. At this age, I could probably hold it tight. But back then, I'm gonna be at your cubicle and shit. I'm gonna be like, leaning over, like, so what's up? I'm gonna let everybody know that I'm hitting it without letting everybody know that I'm hitting it. So, that's probably part of my problem. But
Hmm.
hey, so this is a question I got. Is it possible to be in a relationship with somebody and not lose a part of your identity? I was talking to somebody and she was saying that she was hesitant about, considering getting into a new relationship because she was really just starting to realize who she was and coming into terms with like what she likes and what she wants to do in life. And she feels as if when she gets back into another relationship, she'll have to compromise some of that in order to make the relationship work. What do you think?
Hmm. I think with any relationship, we do have to compromise because we're two totally different people and we're trying to meld into one, depending on what type of relationship you have and where you plan on taking that relationship. But I do think we have to make it a priority to kind of keep some of ourselves. I think that takes work. Just judging from me and my past experiences and where I found myself, I've realized that you do kind of have to keep some of yourself just so that if it doesn't work out, you're not just like, what do I do now? Your life still kind of keeps going.
Yeah. Um, I feel you on that. We kind of talked about this before in terms of like taking on like your partner's hobbies and interests, whatever. And I think that there's some things that are like normal stuff that you guys take on for one another. So say like, I'm from the Kansas City area. And back when I used to rock with the NFL, I'm a big Kansas City Chiefs fan. So it was almost kind of, you know, normal that whatever chick I was with, unless she was like a Cowgirls fan or something like that, or something like from a big city where like they really are, strong supporters of their team. She's going to end up being a Chiefs fan, and sometimes vice versa. I was dating a chick; she was a Commanders fan. We ain't gonna say the other name. So I kind of started rooting for the Commanders. You call them the Commanders or the Redskins? Still true.
I still say Redskins.
I got you. But I always looked at certain relationships as weird when they like your friend, like your friends. Let's say like I get into a relationship with you, Tay, hypothetically, right? And you got your homegirls and they in relationships. And then all of a sudden your homegirls men become my friends. And it's like, I'm like, damn, you didn't have friends beforehand. I could see like every now and again y'all hang out or whatever, but like I got my own crew of dudes. I don't need to just have a new set of dudes just because I'm dating with you. Cause what happens if we break up? Cause
Mhm.
break up, they gonna go with you. And then they say, I ain't got no friends, and I gotta look at my other crew, and they be like, oh no, now you want to fuck with us again. You know what I mean? So I do think you have to keep some sort of separation. And because the individual identity is cool. Like, I don't want to just be one. I want to be like two dope ass people where I'm strong, you're weak, and we just make it work as a partnership. We don't have to be one person. Maybe that's just me.
No, I get that. I get that. Also, I just think there are times when you want to create some distance so that you can miss each other. So like I do know a couple and they've been married for a long time, so it works for them. But they do everything together. They go everywhere together. If one can't come, the other probably you might not see the other one. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something specifically for men or specifically for women. But otherwise, they're always together. But that works for them. But I've heard other couples say, I need some distance so that I can miss you, you know?
Right.
So I can see both sides of that. Me personally, I don't need to spend every single waking minute with my partner.
Yeah. I'm really on the let me miss you piece, so it stays fresh. Um, those people that could do every single thing together, I don't say I envy them and I don't say I judge them. I mean, because I think it'd be cool if you could find somebody who like you that's just like your life partner, like you enjoy being around them 24/7. Um, I don't necessarily want that. I like my alone time. Like I remember being on a trip and we were on a fellas trip. And this guy, he wasn't part of my crew. He was kind of an associate. And we were on a road trip. We were eating breakfast. And I was like, "What's up, dude? You straight?" And this dude was like, "Nah, man, I'm just missing my girl." And I'm like, "Man, we've been gone 2 days. What the fuck you talking about?" He was like, "Yeah, man, I know, man. I'm just, I ain't used to being away from her like that. I want to be with her." And I didn't normally I would be like, "Damn, you old pussy whip motherfucker." But I could tell like he was like really hurt. And I was just like, well, damn, no, we got a couple more days. I didn't really, drive him for it, but that's just not the way that I want to be. And I saw something on social media today, and I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it with the people that we know, Tay. But it really hit me. And it was this guy. It was like say it was this guy that talked about when he went to see his therapist. And she said, well, you seem to be well adjusted. You seem to be cool. Why are you here? And he was like, I'm an excellent employee. I'm an excellent husband. I'm an excellent father. I'm an excellent friend. I'm trying to figure out how I could be even better. And she said, well, you work for other people. You're somebody else's husband because you're their partner. You're doing for them. Same for your kids. Same for your friends. What are you to you? And the guy said he broke down crying because he didn't know. And I know for guys like me, especially for me, we get caught up on being there for our partner, being there for our kids, being there for our friends, that sometimes we forget, like, damn, what the fuck do I do for myself? And it's easy to get lost in that when you're in that type of relationship.
I can see how that can happen. Um, I'm a I'm an introvert, so I do like my alone time. So I can't. Now, I have been in relationships with guys where I felt like I could I could be around this guy all the time and not get tired. And that's usually how I know a relationship might work is if I have a feeling that I could be around this guy all the time and he doesn't start to annoy me because I get annoyed easily. But
Really? Really?
yes. But even in those situations, I still like to have my alone time.
Yeah. See, I'm one of the type of people that I want you in the house, but we ain't got to be with each other. Like, let me be in the front room watching the game or watching whatever. You in the bedroom watching your reality shows, and once we like, hey, yo, what you doing? Like, come in here and we watch the movie together, or we do whatever. I want to know that you are, that I can get to you when I want you, but I ain't got to
Mhm.
be underneath you all the time. That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, let's see what they got to say in the chat. Janine said, I'm much better at maintaining my identity at this age. In my younger days, I lost a bit of myself and learned from that experience. It's healthy to have your own lane. Very true.
Yeah.
And LC says she agrees with you, Tay. So I'm assuming she's agreeing about, your ability to spend time with somebody for extended period of time, whether that's gonna show if the relationship works or not. So, one thing that normally happens, Carmen said, I like putting my feet under Negroes. Listen, as
I do
long
like
as,
that.
hey, rub them jokers together and get them warm first. Because no, ain't nothing more annoying than when your gal come and she put her cold ass feet on you, talking about warm my feet up. What the fuck is you talking about? Why y'all do that? You do that time you put your cold feet on your dude?
Not just my feet if I'm cold, period. I put my whole body. I mean, typically in my experience, the guys I've dated, their bodies have just been hot, which is why I don't like to cuddle at night. Get away from me. But in those times when I'm cold, yes, I will put my feet, I will put my hands, I will put my whole body, warm me up. Yes.
Speaking of being warm, talked about this today too. And somebody said your relationship really ain't hitting on nothing if your gal don't gain weight when she starts dating you. You ever gained that love weight when you started dating somebody?
Uh
Because when you first get with somebody, y'all start dating, and then most people aren't really that creative. So you going out to eat. The next thing hey, let's Friday night, let's just chill at the crib. Let's order Chinese and then watch a movie. You're laying up and you're starting to eat a lot more. You're in love. You're in the house a lot more because y'all screwing and y'all not as active because y'all want to be hugged up, and then you start gaining a little bit of weight. Has that ever happened to you?
Yes, but I can't blame that only on the relationship. I will put some of it on relationships because I'm a foodie and I like to go out to eat. And I
That's
really
a
don't
good
like
sign though, Tay. It's like you happy when you gain that little weight because you happy.
that too, but I don't always like to go out by myself. So especially in a relationship, I want to try all the new hot spots. I want to try all the old hot spots. I just want to I want to eat good food. And I cook. The guys I've been with, most of them cook. And so yes, we eat and we eat and we eat. But I also have to put it on laziness. I've gotten lazy in my old age. My first two relationships, well, one of them was an athlete, the other one was in the military. I worked out with them. So it was easy to maintain a certain weight because we were working out. My last one, I admit I got lazy.
Yeah.
Wasn't, and my very last one, it was in the midst of when my father passed and, that whole depression thing and, that whole thing.
Yeah, I get it.
But so I can't put it all in a relationship, but I can say maybe 50%.
I think a lot of times, yeah, because y'all happy and like you said, you go on to new spots or whatever. And I've seen it because dudes gain weight too. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You'll put on some weight. I think at this age, I think it's important for us to try to do things that are more healthy together. Um, I'm a big dude, and I'll be honest with you. If I see that she doesn't eat good or she's not like going to work out, as hypocritical as it may seem, because I'm a bigger dude, I'm not really attracted to that. because honestly, I want somebody that's gonna hold me accountable, even if they're not just like, hey, don't eat that, or did you work out today? Because that would get on my nerves. But seeing them work out, seeing them trying to, eat the right way, that's that type of motivation. It's like, well, damn, I can't be, looking all fucked up and she up here trying to hold it together. That's really what I'm trying to look for. I fall into that
Mhm.
trap in the past, when it's like when you first get with somebody, then you start looking at pictures, you be like, ah, damn, we didn't got swole. we didn't got swole. We got to do something, and then y'all try to get it back. So in the future, if I get into another relationship, we're gonna have to keep it active together. Let's see what they got to say. Janine said, hate the love weight. Yeah, but it's annoying, Janine. And the other thing too, at this age, that shit don't come off easy. So you gotta make sure you staying on point. Carmen said you just spending time with someone when you might be working out. That's true if you're by yourself. That's,
Yeah.
what if I told you this was some hater shit? I'll go ahead and admit that it was some hater shit. Um, my ex, man, she was doing good. She got on a little program, and she was eating right, working out, losing weight, and was looking good. I got a little salty about it. So one day I was like, I'm gonna fix this. So I started frying potatoes and doing different shit to try to throw off her program. Cause I don't want you looking too good because you might leave me. Let me sabotage you a little bit so I can catch up. Fair or foul.
That was foul. That was definitely foul, especially if she's not someone who has a lot of willpower.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Have you ever been with somebody that whose eating habits and workout habits was not like yours and it caused problems?
Not necessarily cause problems. I just used to pick with him, but and we're still friends now, so I still clown him about how he eat. But I can't talk now because I done gained weight, so it is what it is.
LC said you're petty and wrong with the laugh
Yes,
emojis. Carmen said foul as hell.
yes, definitely.
I say this though, like I told you, I want somebody who's active, right? Because I want that type of motivation. But I went out with a chick, and Janine said, "Fried potatoes, you so foul because pass me some ketchup." Like I was chopping up onions and shit, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of salt and pepper. I had them shits on point. But anyway, I just got divorced, and I went out with this chick, and she's very fit. She's very fit. She posts on her social media all the time. Her workouts commendable, and her body is banging because she puts in a lot of work. And I asked her out. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I'm big dudes, don't fucking matter. I'm still handsome. What's up? And I was like, yo, you want to go out? And she was like, yeah, let's go out. So we went to the Mexican restaurant, Tay, and I had already looked up the menu. And I saw like I'm gonna get these motherfucking nachos they got because them shit sound like they good. And
Mhm.
as I was walking in, she looked and the table next to us had the nachos, and she was like, "Ugh, that's an aggressive plate of nachos." And I was like, "Damn, she judgy as fuck." You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get the nachos because I didn't want to, I was trying to make a good impression on her, but
Mhm.
it didn't work out though. But so yeah, I think it's important. It's important that y'all's eating habits match up as well. Like I don't know if I could fuck with somebody who is like a vegan or a vegetarian.
Oh, I know I couldn't
I
because I'm
couldn't
a carnivore.
like a pescatarian is probably as far as I can go. And even that right there can be tough sometimes.
Yeah, because you don't eat seafood,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
seafood, but still, they're somewhat limited in places they can go because like shit, I might want a burger. And I guess they got the impossible burgers now or whatever, but
But most seafood places will have a chicken dish or something, and most regular places will at least have salmon. So I don't know. I don't know. I I don't think I could date someone who was specifically vegan or vegetarian, but certain dietary restrictions, I think I could because I just feel like even with the different diets that I've chosen, that I've tried over the years, I've been able to go into restaurants and been able to pick and choose what I wanted and been good. So I think it can work. I think people just don't know what to ask for and what substitutions to ask for on their dishes.
I ain't got the willpower. That's me. I'm not going. I'm that type of dude. Like I don't buy no snacks and no shit. Cause like
Mhm.
if I buy a little thing of Oreos, it ain't gonna be like, oh well, the serving size is eat three. If I just eat three, that's 200 calories. I'm gonna fuck them shits up all day. You know what I mean? So I know. Don't even bring them in the crib. If I don't bring them in the crib, I'm not gonna eat them. But if they get into this crib, like for real, I was like, man, I gotta throw these shits away. I done went outside, threw them in the trash. Cause I was like, if I don't, I'm gonna eat all these motherfuckers. Like for
Okay.
real, for real. So let's see. Carmen said, what she say? Hold on. I could, they're not vegan, so I'm okay. They still full with animal products. Okay. So she said she could do vegetarian, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh LC said you changed what you wanted to eat, and now y'all not together. Be yourself and eat what you want. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Janine said I could do vegetarian over vegan. Yeah, I might could do vegetarian. I might could do vegetarian, but that would be tough. So let me ask you this:
Hmm.
have you ever been out on a date with a dude, and have you eaten less because you didn't want to seem greedy on the first date?
I've never been that chick. I am not the, oh, I'll just have a salad. Oh, let me just eat. Like, no, that is not me. I just said a few minutes ago, I'm a foodie. I love my food. And the guys that I've gotten into relationships, one of the things they've always said was that they liked that I was not like that. So I've never been that type of chick.
I tried to be that way one time. To LC's point,
Hmm.
I was out at this club. There's this club in Dallas. And they were known for having like this buffet. So you pay to get in, and they had like this big spread out buffet and shit. And at the time I was kind of self-conscious about being a big dude or whatever. And my guy, he had this section with a bunch of chicks. And they was eating or whatever. And they was like, hey, why ain't you eating? And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I ain't gonna eat. And then one of the chicks, she was kind of thick, and she was just like, yo, why you ain't eating? And I told you in the Midwest, fat dudes aren't appreciated. Now, when you move down south, big dudes get love, but in the Midwest, it ain't like that, right? So I was like, nah, I don't want to be the big dude eating in the club because I had a situation. I'll tell you about this. So I had a situation, but anyway, so I asked her, and I said, well, I don't want to be the big dude eating in the club. She was like, shit, I think it's sexy when the dude eats. Man, I ran my ass to that motherfucking buffet and piled my shit on, man. Because this is what happened. I live in St. Louis, and there was a comedy show, and it was one of them bullshit local joker comedy shows, right? And this particular comedy club was known for having like real good food, and they had like fat ass food, like chicken tenders, potato wedges. This dish they in St. Louis they call muscatoli, right? So it's like it ain't nothing healthy, bunch of grease and starch, right?
Hmm.
So, um, we at the comedy show, and I got my date, and I bought her some food because they were taking forever to come out. So she eats her food. She was like, "Why you not eating?" And I was like, "I don't want them to come out. I don't want them to come out and see me eating and shit. Comedians, they be driving folks in the crowd, right?" So
Right.
they was taking forever. So finally, I was hungry. She was like, "Man, go get you some goddamn food." So I walk, I get my food, and as soon as I walked to get my plate, because they had like a little window where you ordered your food, the lights went down. But they weren't down enough where it was pitch black, so they could still see who was walking in the crowd. And I was like, shit. And the guy was on the other side of the stage, and I was trying to hurry up and just get down to the seat so I could sit down so where he couldn't see me. Man, he turned around and he said, "Damn, big dude, you bought some food, you didn't get your gown on." And the crowd was just driving me. But now she did ride for me though. She was like, "I already ate my food." And he was like, "Nah, he ate your food. He getting some more for him."
That is so wrong.
Yeah, he left me alone though, but it was funny. But I just shit like that. It was like, man, I ain't gonna be eating in public and shit till I move down south.
Okay.
So, hey, before we wrap up the show, and I want everybody in the chat to answer this. I'm gonna ask you this question, Tay. The person that gave you the best sex, do you still talk to him or her?
Funny you say it with her. No, I don't. And well, because I do have some friends who still watch the show. Not saying that y'all weren't good to great to amazing, but the person who I think was the absolute best, no. And he can kiss my ass. But anyway.
Damn. Hey, he must have really fucked up because Tay don't curse. You fucked up, Mr. Put It Down. You know what I'm saying? You really messed up. Yeah. Tay, how I can see her. She kind of, yeah. Carmen said no. And Janine said yes. I was trying to think about my answer to this. And I think I talked about this before. The person with the best vagina, no, I don't talk to her anymore. We kind of, I won't say we had a bad breakup, but it was just not cool. And her personality is just not somebody that I really want to talk to or be friends with. And she's married now, so there's really no reason for me to talk to her. But the person who had the best sex, and that's different. It's different from having good vagina and like the best sex, like knowing how to fuck. I don't talk to them, but if I were to talk to them, they would still be cool with me talking to
them. Okay.
If
we breaking it down like that, the person who had the best oral skills, I do still talk to. We're still friends.
He's somewhere listening to this like, yes. Best oral skills, yes, I still talk to her. We're not like that anymore though. But you know what? The person who I had the most fun, like fucking, like now we kind of fell out recently, and it's not. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze, if that makes sense, So you gonna tell us what old dude did?
What you mean?
Why you say you kiss your ass? You gonna tell us?
No. No, that's all good.
It's all good. All right, man. We talked about it enough.
Liars. I just say I hate liars. I hate liars. But anyway, it's all good. That's all I say.
Lies are big triggers for me. Lies is a big trigger for me, for real. Like even like minute lies now. Like I can't even do that. Like you gotta tell me the truth 100%. Don't lie about shit. Don't lie about how much you weigh. How much you weigh, motherfucker? Oh, lie about that shit, you out of here.
Guys can get almost, well, I'll say the right guy can get almost anything he wants from me as long as he's honest.
Really?
The right guy. I gotta put that preface on it because it's not just anybody.
Guys, you heard what she said. Inbox us at cvadpodcast@gmail.com. And just tell the truth. Tell the truth. You're gonna get that thing. Good thing they don't know where you live. But anyway, tell them where they can find us.
You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show, or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at cvadpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you like this video, share it, subscribe, and leave us a comment.
That's right. Go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com. Hit us up. Tell everybody about the show. And ladies, you want me to fry you some potatoes, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and inbox us. I got you. You just got to come off a little bit. We'll watch you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Chopping potatoes up and shit.